Hi, my name is Jeff Hunt, and I'm going to talk to you today in this short video about an online business opportunity that could be a game changer for many of you listening to this video. If you're new, if you're looking for a way into the online business world and you haven't figured it out, maybe you're overwhelmed at all of the options, maybe you're overwhelmed at the knowledge and skills that are required for most of the methods to make money online, this could very well be for you. If you're not new, if you're struggling, you've tried a few things, you've learned a lot, you've maybe made $1 or $2 here or there, but it's inconsistent and you're not sure what to do, this also could be the method for you. If you're just an investor, if you're a person looking to spend some money, you have some strategic reasons to get into online business, perhaps for their assets, maybe to supplement what you're already doing, this also could be for you. See, we focus in this method on success. Most of the methods for making money online, and in fact, most businesses are high failure rate kind of businesses. You've heard the statistics. The vast majority of businesses fail after 5-6 years, and the vast majority of online methods and efforts actually have a much higher failure rate than even that. But not website investing. We focus on those websites that are already in the success. They're the small percentage that have beaten the odds. And that's what's different about this method, and that's why you'll understand as you listen to more of this video why it just makes sense to go after the piece that's already successful. Why muck around in the waters of methods like blogging that are a high failure rate kind of method, or even more sound methods like direct email marketing. Some people are fabulously successful, but in general, very few people who enter into that method are going to succeed on a percentage basis. This is very different. Website investing is very different in that way. Now, I personally got into this method because I needed that kind of success. I didn't really have another choice. At one point in my career, I worked for IBM as a project executive. I had a $25 million annual budget. I serviced Fortune 100 companies. I had an organization that was large and skilled that I managed. And there came a point in time where I decided that there was more to life than just running a business and making money. And my wife, my 4 little kids, and I moved overseas to a Western Asian country. And for 7 years we served there, and we did humanitarian kind of work, completely different. We'd sold everything that we owned back in the States. But that came to an end. We came back to the United States, and I needed something to do, and this is what I did. I began to buy into websites. Now, since that time, I've actually bought 300 income-producing websites, but the journey has not been easy. It hasn't been smooth. I've made a lot of mistakes. I didn't have anyone to learn from as I did it. But since that time, I've actually become acknowledged as an expert in this area. I've written the book for one of the biggest marketplaces on how to buy and sell websites. I'm a strategic advisor on online business acquisitions to an innovative company that's getting ready to go public. And I make my living for my portfolio of income-generating websites that I've procured over time. So really, I experienced a transformation from someone who didn't have a job to someone who now has an identity as an owner and operator of a number of income-generating websites. And it's a great feeling. And in fact, that is actually what I'm offering you today in this training, is that opportunity to have that transformation from wherever you are to being an owner of an online business, a successful online business. And I define successful business as simply a business, small or big, that has customers, ongoing sales, a product to deliver, traffic to its website, and a way to deliver that product. That is an online business. And you can be an online business owner. You don't have to struggle and looking for $1 here, $1 there, and ways to get more traffic and all of these techniques that online marketers use. You can actually do that, and you can do that in a very short period of time. That's what I'm going to be explaining to you today. In essence, it's a transition from someone who's a hobbyist, who's learning and experimenting and taking steps but not being successful, not having a consistent business, to someone who does have a consistent business with consistent sales and the role of running that website, whether it's a passive thing that just sits in the background and generates income, or whether it's something that requires a lot of activity like a service. One of the most common questions for any online business activity is, how fast can I earn a certain amount of money? Well, that question applies to buying a business too. And the answer when you're buying a business is you can make money the second day, the day after you buy the website, you stand to earn whatever the business was generating before you bought it. It's just a logical conclusion. Contrast that with almost every other possible method for making money on the net. If you have a blog and you're trying to attract traffic and influence that traffic to trust you and buy something on your blog, that is going to take a long time. Don't listen to anyone who says it won't take a long time. If you're getting into email marketing and you're trying to build a list, that will also take a very long time. We're talking many, many months and years, and guess what? It isn't even certain that it will ever happen. Contrast that with buying a website. Whatever the income stream was last month, unless some act of God happens, it's going to be that way next month. So your income stream is not only fast, but it is easy. Easy in the sense that any other method that you look at requires expertise. It requires learning how to do something, and not only just learning how to do it, but actually how to do it well. I mean, if you can't design something well, if you can't build a good product that's useful to your customers, if you aren't good at SEO, you aren't good at attracting or buying traffic, if you aren't good at marketing your services or delivering your services, then your business isn't going to be successful. So when you start any kind of method or online website from scratch, then you're forced to learn, outsource, buy, design, pick up all of these skills that are required fundamentally to have that thing up and running in a way that it can actually deliver profit to you and services and products to your customers. Now, when we buy a website, all of that is built. It may not be ideally what we want. Maybe we want to enhance some area or aspect of it. But when you buy the website, you got it all. You're not starting from scratch. In the same way that no one tries to learn about cars by designing a car and then assembling it themselves, learning about a business is also best done from a working business, so that you can observe something that's already working and tweak it and morph it and enhance it versus just creating the whole thing from scratch. That's not a strange concept for you. The other concept that's not strange for you is that there is uncertainty whenever you start any kind of business or use any kind of method from scratch. Some methods are better than others, but all of them have uncertainty regardless of how successful someone has been who's not you with that method before. They have a great uncertainty because you don't begin with customers. You don't begin with a product. All you begin with is a system. It's a methodology. It's a way to do it, but it isn't real. It doesn't have any reality until you engage in it and participate in it, so it's uncertain. When you buy a business, it's very different than that. It's not uncertain. It's as certain as the health of the business when you acquired it. So buying a business is fast. It yields fast results. It's easy in the sense that we don't have to have all of those skills and wear all those hats to design and build something from scratch. And it's certain in that the very first day that we own that business, we should be generating the same income that it generated the day before. As I mentioned before, website investing focuses on success. As a website buyer, you're going to bypass the failures. You're not going to look at the 299 million blogs out there that have made no money. You're going to look at the 1 million that have made money, and you're going to choose from those. So you're going to leapfrog the vast majority of the competition by already finding sites with traffic, with income, with certainty, with products, and all of those things that you need to be a successful business. But how much does it cost really to buy a website? That's the question that's in many people's minds. Well, in the last few months, I bought several low-cost websites. One was $100. It's making about $20 a month. I'll have my money back in about 5 months. Another was $400. It was making about $100 a month. Got my money back in 4 months, and after that, everything has just been gravy. So you can buy small. You can buy big. I prefer to buy a little bigger because I don't have time to manage $110 a month websites. So I tend to buy bigger websites than that generally. And those also have the potential to earn a lot of money. So whether you want to buy in small, you want to buy in big, that just depends on what your goals are, what your resources are, and how much success you're looking for in this realm of online business. But the point is, no one is excluded on the basis of money. And in fact, if you compare this strategy to starting from scratch, oftentimes it's a lot cheaper to actually just buy in at the beginning and not waste time and not waste money in buying tools and designing everything and actually losing a lot of money, not only by virtue of all the expenses that you have to start up a business, but just by spending all of that time on something that isn't generating any income. You're forfeiting lots of income while that time passes. And let's face it, there are a lot of methods out there that are labeled low cost or no cost income streams. But guess what? They could really be called low success or no success income streams for the vast majority of them, just because that's what's going to happen. If you're not investing anything, you're probably not going to get anything out of it. And while nobody can guarantee you even the first dollar in any method in the online business, or any kind of business for that matter, it's got to be just about as close as you can get. My student John traveled, worked, wanted to get into the online business, wasn't sure how, didn't necessarily have time to start from scratch, to build everything, to learn all the skills that he would have to do otherwise. Using my methods, he bought a business, he made his money back in a year, he got an offer to buy his business for more than he had paid for it, so in effect he was making more than a 100% return on his investment. But he decided not to sell it because he's just got this passive income stream that's coming in. He does a few tweaks on the website every couple of months, and he's happy. But let's look at your situation. If you're new to online business, and I've met lots of people at conferences and in my everyday life who would love to have a plan B, a secondary income stream, and would love to do it online because of the flexibility of working from their house, from their laptop, from their computer. If that's your situation and you're listening to this and this makes sense to you, that why start from scratch? Why go through all of the pain and waste all the time on something that might not even yield any results? That logic is there for you, then this is something you seriously need to consider. And it doesn't really matter necessarily what kind of niche you're interested in or what passion you have. I've had people in the health area and product kind of sales, like craft kind of things, travel, any kind of niche you can imagine. There are websites for sale in those niches. So if you want to get a jump start, if you wanted a travel blog and you want already have visitors who are coming to your website, but you don't want to have to build up that clientele on that trust basis, then buying a website in the travel niche might be your best way in, so you're still retaining your own passions and interests and doing something that you're going to enjoy doing, but you're not having to suffer through developing that customer base. If you're struggling, you've built a blog, a website, you've tried out a new idea, you've tried out methods, whether they're in Amazon or Kindle or advertising on Facebook or what have you, and you're not doing very well, then this might be sounding appealing to you, because you know that if you find an opportunity that's within your interest area and meets your financial goals, and you can know that earlier on because you can see how the business is performing at the beginning, then this might be the thing that can take you from that kind of hobby level of a business into a real business where you're the owner of an income producing website. And again, if you're more of an investor, you have money, it's in a 401k plan, it's in CDs, it's in savings, it's in stocks, and it's kind of languishing there, and the kinds of returns that you're getting are simply not meeting your goals, then finding an online business that has much better rates of return than traditional brick and mortar businesses, because we don't have physical assets, barrier to entry is lower, and then operational costs are lower because of the kinds of businesses that we run. And this might be the thing for you. Or perhaps if you already have a business, whether it's online or it's offline, and you want some digital assets, like for example, I know internet marketers who buy websites just because they want to buy the list that goes with the website, or internet marketers who aren't crazy about creating funnels and sales copy and all of the marketing pieces that go around selling a product. If you're not crazy about that, then you can, I know some of them who buy in to these websites and pick them up and just add to their assets, even though they're fully capable of creating that from scratch if they like. They found that it works better just to add that to what they're already doing in their online business. So there are a lot of strategic elements to buying a business that go beyond just having one or starting out. And I have picked up websites because I wanted nothing more than to learn that particular niche, how they were using certain advertisers, or how they had affiliate relationships with the companies whose products they were selling. Those kind of things are also important ways to use a purchased online business. So if you're in one of those situations, or even another one that I haven't covered, this may very well be for you, but I want to add this word of caution because it's really important, and the caution is simply this. This is the fastest, easiest, highest profitability, and most certain method. However, it's not certain if you buy the wrong website. And yes, I've bought the wrong website on multiple occasions. And one of the ways you can buy the wrong website is because there are unscrupulous sellers afoot. All right? There's people who will scam you. There's a lot of people who will fake information when they're trying to sell their website. There's a lot of buyers who aren't intentionally misleading you, but they leave things out. They don't fully describe the business. And let me tell you, unfortunately, buying a lemon website can be a costly mistake. But almost all of those mistakes can be avoided with a little help, and that's what I'm here to offer you. On the other side, that was the caution. On the other side, the opportunity is finding those gems in the rough, finding hidden opportunities, finding deals, and knowing when that website opportunity is a deal, when it's something that you can really blow up in terms of growing its profits even wildly beyond what they were when you bought it. And that's another area where you need help. So the caution is, don't fall prey to cheaters. The opportunity is, find those hidden gems, those hidden opportunities that are great deals. And for both of those things, you need help. And my purpose on this page is to offer you exactly that kind of help. There's an extensive list of resources and tools to aid you in your success as a business buyer, as a business owner operator, and to give you exactly what you need for your success. For many of you, you're listening to this, the logic makes sense. You have this intuition, this gut feel that this is for you. This is what you need to engage in a serious way. For many of you, your gut, your intuition, your logic tells you that this is exactly right for you. This is where you should be. This is where you should invest some time and energy, and that you're going to see the returns that come from that. And you know that whatever you spend on help from me is trivial in comparison to what the returns can be financially from being an owner and operator of a successful online business. That's just something that you know and you sense, and further, you want this relationship with me. You want to be able to ask me before you get into an opportunity, Jeff, what do you think about this one? How much should I pay for this specific opportunity? Not just generically, but specifically, what are the things you would be concerned about in this business? And you want to be able to ask me after you buy the business, Jeff, what should I do first? Where are the low-hanging fruit opportunities in this business? And how can I grow up, explode, expand greatly the profitability of the business that I've now purchased? So a lot of you are in that category, and you're going to buy into the platinum, and it's going to be very successful. We're going to have that relationship with each other, and I'm going to help you be successful not only with your first purchase and your future purchases, but just getting you off the ground and getting started. For others of you, you're really excited about this. You also understand that this is for you. You know that you're going to need some help. You want to participate in a mastermind where there's other people making the same decisions, going along the same path, buying businesses, and you want to be able to have that experience and opportunity in a group mastermind call to bounce your questions off of other people, tell people what you've encountered, what you've seen in the marketplace, and what you've experienced after you buy your site in terms of trying to get it going, and get that kind of advice. You also will have access to our private inner circle, which is a closed Facebook group where you can ask those questions, not just at a fixed set time like the mastermind calls, but anytime that you have those questions, there'll be people available in that group, me and other website investors who are very experienced, as well as other students. So you want that kind of interaction opportunity. For others of you, you also know that you need this, and that you need the kinds of training and resource and techniques that you'll find in my Own the Web course. This is an extensive video course that takes you from scratch to owning and buying and everything in between. It includes a lot of great bonuses, including some technical training if you need that. and some specific tools for how to buy low-cost websites and how to sell if you get to the point where you need to sell a website. So you're going to buy into that silver package that includes Own the Web. And for others of you, you just want to find out what it's like hands-on in a practical, real way to be a website owner. You want to see some case studies that show what I've bought, what niches they were, how much I paid, and what the process was, and what the results were from buying those websites. You also want access to my tool that shows you exactly how much you should pay for a website. It has my knowledge, my experience built into all of the parameters. It's not some lame tool like all of the free stuff that you find on the web. This is a very specific one. So you may be in that category. So whatever category you're in, however serious you are about this opportunity, however much you're willing to invest in your own success and the potential for financial rewards, there is a place for you in the offerings below. So right now you just have to take action. This training is not going to be here forever. It's going to go away when the countdown expires. So you need to decide what your commitment to your own success is. How successful do you want to be with this? How much do you want to put into this? And that's going to determine how much you're going to get out. And I sincerely hope that you want to get out a lot, because there's a lot to be had. So I'll see you on the other side.